I am Dan, documenting my very own Forever World, using no cheats and no spoilers on a completely random seed. This endless grind to excellence takes nothing short of determination, dedication, and creativity. All with the goal of adding world history and storytelling to a Minecraft world. We're already well on our way to the start of something big. Join me as I continue to build out my Forever World, one block at a time. Hello friends, and welcome once again to the Minecraft Forever World, my Minecraft Forever World. It continues as it often does. We ain't stopping. Plenty more to do. Pig of great fortune. Plenty more to do. You might be noticing that I sound slightly different, and yes it is. Oh! Well, hello. Oh, bad decision, friends. Bad decision. You come to my house. You come to my house once again, and you point your weapons at me, but little do you realize that I have my own right here. And I will take another one of your heads if you guys aren't careful. Will you surrender one of your heads to me, I wonder? It's a fantastic morning. And with that, we shall dispatch these fools. Have at thee. Get off my lawn, please. I missed. I like starting out my day with murder. Good morning. Good morning. Ah, no new heads. Dang it. Anyway, yes, I do sound different. It's in part because I have replaced my Blue Yeti, finally, after all these years, with an Elgato Wave 3, which was something that I didn't even consider at the time. It was on sale, and I wanted to get the Rode Pod mic, USB version, and they had it there. But the reason I didn't go with it is because, well, number one, it was kind of out of budget. It was like $300. And number two, it doesn't have a stand with it, not a desk stand, not like the Blue Yeti, not like the Elgato Wave 3. And I didn't want to try my boom mic because we are still having issues with that thing. Didn't want to risk it. But today's journey, as I've said last time, is we're going to be going out to the western vicinity in search of mangrove wood once again. There's no telling exactly how far we're going to have to go to maybe find mangrove, because I've said this before. I have not peeked into the seed outside of MCA Selector, and MCA Selector only tells me what's already generated. We can head out to the west in this direction, and we can find mangrove almost immediately. Or we can travel another 10,000 blocks and find absolutely nothing but some really cool terrain. We're going to find out together, you and I. I have got my gear together. I've made a brand new sleeping bag. I got wool here for some reason. Probably going to empty out this inventory a little bit before we begin our journey. Okay, Pimento. Are you ready, buddy? The western direction calls our name. Pimento. Here, let me come around this way. I need to actually rebuild this stable. This is pathetic. This is absolutely laughable. I'm waiting for a good idea, a design to fall into my brain, and it just has not happened yet. But it will. It will. Never you worry. Never you worry about such things. Come, Pimento. Adventure awaits. Ha! Onwards to victory. Onwards to victory. Onwards to the west. I'm still kind of learning how to use the Elgato Wave 3. I believe Elgato means the cat. Could be mistaken on that. I don't know. But I believe that is what it means. I'm not quite sure why they call it that. But if I can master it, and I probably will get used to it over time, I can do some pretty cool stuff with this thing, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I guess it's really more designed for like streamers and that kind of thing, and I'm not really planning on streaming anytime soon, but if the opportunity ever presents itself, let's just say, perhaps in the future we can try. Also, I have not done any work on this just yet. I've been a very busy boy. But we're going to do some upgrades to this probably off camera and fix those things that I mentioned in the last episode. Last episode we built this, by the way. This is going to be where we house all of our whatnot blocks and such from the World Core dig site. Instead of having it sit all out there in the open that way, getting in my way from making the cathedral a reality. Let's go west now, shall we? While the sun is still in the sky before we have to sleep. I'm kind of hoping that we run across some more dark oak because it's come to my attention that I only have like 4 saplings on me, and if you know anything about dark oak, that ain't really enough to actually grow any considerable amount of trees with. Like, for some reason, dark oak is just really stingy as far as giving you more to work with, more saplings, if you will, and I do. So I'm hoping we find some of that. I also want to try to find a pale oak, whatever garden, pale garden, doohickey place. Apparently, and this is something that I just found out recently when I updated my shader pack. It's got some kind of special features when you go inside the pale oak garden place, and I want to find out exactly what that is. We are not in Mounts of Mayhem yet, so Pimento actually cannot swim yet. He's still just a regular, normal horse. And I am not used to riding him because I haven't done this in such a long time. I generally like to save these kind of episodes when I have something to talk about with you guys, and I do have quite a bit. I've been stockpiling some topics to discuss while we walk in this general direction. We got some cold pigs making interesting sound effects. Or maybe that was just a glitch. Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, there's a hidden village out here in the sprucewood forest, and I guess we just found it. Another thing to add to Central City. I didn't know this was here initially. I saw it in MCA Selector, and yeah, this will be definitely part of it. Part of the Central City. I'm going to be talking about Central City here in the future, of course, but for right now, you can just mind your business. No. You're going to have to hold on to that, because I'm going to devote a whole episode to talking about the setup for Central City and what I'm planning for that, and it's going to be interesting. Central City is going to be a very interesting place, I think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoy thinking about it and making it a reality. That's not what I wanted to talk about with you guys, though. Can we cross this? I'm just gonna do this. Don't go too far, Pimento. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's cross this river. Now, if we run into any oceans, of course, I'm gonna have to abandon Pimento. I didn't make a boat. Pimento, why didn't you remind me to make a boat? Okay, here's what we'll do. You can... Pimento, are you still here? Yeah. You hang out here, buddy. I gotta get some spruce wood. I also gotta sleep. Oh, we almost came prepared for once in our lives, and we failed immediately. Actually, let me get the bed down here, and then we will take care of some spruce business so I can make a boat. In case I come across any oceans, that will mean we have easy transports automatically. Let me sleep, damn it. Sleepy. Sleepy sheepy. Sleepy sheepy. There we go. You know what? I'll just grab one of these spruce trees over here. Why am I crossing the river for that? Sometimes my brain is just weird. I do not know. Ooh, someone's playing music in the background. Can the Elgato Wave 3 not pick it up? That is the question. I do live in an apartment, and part of the reason why... Oh, I didn't want to do that, but I did anyway. Part of the reason why sometimes my audio gets a little bit messed up is background noise from my neighbors. more recently, in the last portion of the last episode, how do I get this off? Oh, there we go. Come back here, buddy. Someone was running like their heater or their let me get that leaf, might as well. Someone was running the AC or the heater or something like that. It was creating a vibration through the wall, and it caused my audio to get distorted. Whoa, Pimento, you jump high. You jump high, buddy. He's already raring to go. So it kind of made me mad because, like, dang it, there's some really cool stuff that happened last time with, like, the lightning bolts and, like, the creepers and all that. Like, that was cool. But my audio is just absolute garbage. And I'm like, oh my god. Couldn't have happened any worse time. Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay, that is definitely something worthy of the national parks. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Holy crap, dude. That is... oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful. We got to take a look at that. Man, see, this is something I strongly recommend that you guys do in your own Forever Worlds, is just walk around. Take a look at the sights, man. Like, you're going to find all kinds of cool stuff like this. If you spend all your time just parked in your base and not looking around, not going out exploring, you can totally miss this stuff. You can totally miss this stuff. Gotta take a look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, get off. The cool thing about the Elgato Wave 3 compared to the Blue Yeti is that it actually has some kind of like AI focusing system on it, so it should take out the background noise. That's how they advertise it. Like, people could be like, the guy that I was watching talk about it is like, oh, people can be in the room making all kinds of noise and it won't pick it up and blah, blah, blah. We will see. We will definitely see, Mr. Elgato Wave 3 man. We will see. Oh, we also got Silk Touch now. We can get bees, finally. That's great. That's a good thing. That will happen probably in the coming episodes. I'm going to set up an apiary. I've pronounced it correctly now. My mouth has cooperated, and life is good. This is a pretty impressive peak right here. I like it. I don't know if it's like partial mountain ridge, or if it's just kind of like a broken thing, like on the backside. Is it still complete, or is it kind of like just a big peak that sticks up out of nowhere? We're going to find out. We're going to go around the backside of this thing. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty cool. We got to come up with a name for this thing. All right. What in the heck is that? Is that like a partially elevated... You guys see that right there? It's either a pillager tower in the water, or it's like a ruined underwater thingy. I gotta take a look at that. Ooh, watch out, watch out. Sorry, Pimento, watch out. Watch out. Pimento, my friends. Ouch. Try not to fall down this hole. Watch out, do not break your legs. I'm not gonna take you to the glue factory. Alright, I gotta put down my bed. Oh, I can still keep him on the lead while I'm sleeping. Is that true? Is that true, Pimento? Okay, it's nighttime. Can I sleep yet? Can I sleep? There we go. Yeah, you can. That's really cool. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. Open hand. Give. Off we go. You're in the water again. Come on, man. Okay. Where is that thing? Where did it go? I think it's just like one of those underwater well things. I don't know. It is an interesting structure, though. I could swim out there and take a look at it, but I don't know if I want to. Because I did see some like sea lanterns down there initially, and I don't know if it's actually No, that's not a... I was gonna say a ruined portal. You know, those ocean monuments, that's definitely not one of those. Although it is strange the way it's sticking up like that. I'll give it that. This is a beach. I don't think we're gonna be able to get much further than this with Pimento. Well, that was quick. Have some spruce planks, and we'll give you a little torch, just so you have light. Put down our lodestone. Put down this. We are now tracking you, Pimento. We'll be back soon, buddy. Enjoy your beach holiday. We'll be back soon. Ooh. Is that what I think that is? Have we discovered mangrove wood to the west? I think we discovered mangrove wood, guys. This was a surprise. I was not expecting this. That appears to be mangrove. Is our mangrove quest finally over? Dang, man, I wanted to talk to you guys about stuff, and now now we just ended here, I guess. Is that a chest? What is that? Why is there chests over here? Or is that pumpkins? That's definitely mangrove wood. No, it's pumpkins. It's pumpkins. Okay, well, we made it, guys. Check this out. No longer do we need to worry about mangrove wood. We have all the wood we could ever want right here. At least until they add a new one. I'll take some of these if you don't mind, my good sir. Unfortunately, mangrove wood is one of those things that's really hard to grow because it just turns into these giant mess of a thing. Well, this has turned out to be the shortest adventure ever. We had a super long one last time, and this time it's like, I barely even feel like we got started. And here we are, mangrove, already. Actually, this is going to be pretty good because there's frogs out here, probably. And I do need frog lights for the future, so I'm going to definitely remember this. Yes. Okay, well, now I gotta figure out what I want to do for the rest of this episode today. How far back does this go? Is there any secrets back here that I wish to discover? Or is this just a giant... Oh, that's a frog. It's like, what is that flying in the air? It turns out to be a frog. There's a lush cave underneath us. You can tell because of the azalea tree. Yeah, this is just a really, really big mangrove swamp out here. Cool. Well, being this episode has turned out to be both the most successful it's ever been and kind of quick, I didn't really have a time to chat with you guys about nothing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head back, grab Pimento, head back home, maybe work on that storage room a little bit because there's some loose ends that I do want to take care of. Maybe we can start growing some propagoules. I was hoping to find dark oak, but we just didn't find it for once. And we can have a little chat about this and that, perhaps. If you're down for such things, stick around. Well, one thing I want to talk about is the release of Hightail, and if you guys think I'm going to be playing it or not. And the answer to that question for the time being is probably not. I have reason to believe that, well, it seems kind of sus to me. Like, something doesn't feel right about it. Like, it seems fine right now on the surface, right? But, like, if you've been around the gaming world for a long time, and you've been kind of jaded by shenanigans, Hytale kind of stinks of it a little bit. Like, it kind of feels to me like one of those Korean MMO sort of things where it's going to turn into like a giant, what's the word? It's kind of like, where they're going to be like microtransactioning you to death. That's what it feels like to me, and I think that might be the end goal, because when I see that UI, I'm like, like there's room for abuse there, and I don't like it. Outside of that, I mean, I think it's fine enough as it is, but I vastly prefer Minecraft right now, at least until, Microsoft completely screws it over, because that's also a possibility. Is that dark oak that I see in front of me? I think that might be dark oak that I see in front of me. I might as well stick around and chop that down, right? It's just kind of like the coast of trees right here. We got acacia, we got azalea, we got birch, we got acacia I already said. Yeah, that's dark oak for sure. Interesting. And pimento's out this way somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to cut down these trees, and I'm going to take all their saplings. Ha ha ha, you can't stop me. Yeah, but I vastly prefer Minecraft's focus compared to Hytale. It just feels like Hytale would be like the kind of company or game that would do scummy business practices. Like, I don't know. No such system exists just yet where they have a cash shop going, but I know for a fact that before long there will be a cash shop. And it just feels like one of those games that would be like trying to sell me boosts or something like that, or going to make some broken pet that, gives you every advantage, or there's going to be some kind of progression. And the only way you can get it is through grinding some really pain-in-the-ass resource. Like, in Minecraft we have netherite, right? But you can't purchase netherite from, like, the Minecraft store or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely different, and there's that essence system that Hytale has, and it's like, So that's mostly my thoughts on that. I can change my mind over time, all right? I'm looking at Hytale, I'm giving it the side eye, I'm kind of giving it the fried judgy face, but we'll see. When it actually comes out, after it's done early accessing, we'll see what it does, but I'm weary. It's all fun and games now, but just you wait. Just you wait until the corporate greed comes in and ruins the whole thing. Because it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. I think I'll just hang out here and just let the saplings drop into my inventory. I already got 6. That's pretty good, because I got 4 at home. So that's at least enough to make 2 dark oak trees. Something they should consider doing is making big-ass trees like this for every wood type and small versions as well, because there's no small version of a dark oak, and there's no big version of a regular oak, there's no big version of a birch, and there's no big version of a spruce. Well, there is a big version of spruce. Acacia, there's no big version of acacia. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think they should consider it. All right, Pimento, it is time to get on out of here. You ready to come home, buddy? Let's go. Let's ride, Pimento. Ha! Adventure awaits. How are we going to get home, I wonder? So we got no other way to go but this way. This is the way we're going to have to go.
Back through the spruce trees we go, yeah.
Nah, but it's fine. If you guys are enjoying Hytale, don't let my concerns about it bother you. I've seen a lot of crap. I know a lot of crap, and I've seen a lot of crap, and I'm like, doesn't smell right. Doesn't smell right. Right now it doesn't anyway. And they haven't really said specifically what their intentions are as far as making the game. Is it just going to be a cash grab? Are they trying to make something generally good? Or is it going to be something cynical where they're just like, nah, we want your money. I mean, of course they want your money. But there's a point where the greed becomes just too much. And I feel like that's a big problem with society these days. It's just like unchecked, crazy greed that doesn't need to exist. But it's like there's a ceiling to that kind of stuff, right? Like you can't just have all the money. Like you need to share it, sort of. Like, you know what I mean? Like people got to eat still, you know? And back in my day, video games were a lot less scummy about this sort of stuff. It almost ruins the whole experience for me as far as games are concerned, which is kind of why my favorite games, as of right now, Pimento, Baldur's Gate 3, it's one of the greatest games of the age, I would say, because it's made as a product in and of itself. It's not something you need to buy piecemeal and put together on your own. I like Minecraft because, yes, it does have, like, microtransactions to an extent, at least in Bedrock it does. But that's all like paid add-ons and stuff. Like the game by itself, you can just play it vanilla and never interact with that stuff. You don't have to. There's no incentive to get in there unless you want to like deck your character out in like angel wings and halos and bunny slippers and RGB headsets or whatever. It's stupid crap, you know. You don't need to do that. You can just play the game the way it is. It's fine. I'm going to take Pimento now. Where is my lead? Did I... Oh, I did not break my lead, did I? Pimento. Where's my lead, Pimento? Oh, it's right here. Come on, buddy. The other game, the last game that I'm going to mention that I personally enjoy is Final Fantasy XIV. And that's mostly because it's just such a work of art. I strongly recommend trying it out, at least. The free-to-play version is very good. Last expansion wasn't as hot, but we're giving it a chance. We're giving it a chance for the future. But I tell you, like, no other game has brought me to tears like that. Like, that game is just freaking amazing. And, you know, it is a subscription game. It does have subscription. It's MMO. There's a lot of bullshit that goes with that, but it's worth it. All right? It's worth it. It's still a work of art in its own sense. It's still good Pimento. I don't know anything about what Hytale's intentions are. Like, it doesn't look like it has the best intentions in mind just by looking at the way it's set up right now. It's just giving me alarm bells going, no, don't even try. Don't even get involved with that. And that's kind of how it stands with me. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Please enjoy. Please enjoy by all means, but I will watch from afar. Let's go through the frozen tundra. I want to see what's out here because I've got plans for this area. There's another village for you guys. I'm telling you, like, Central City is going to be crazy when I get around to making it. Oh my gosh. Oh, careful. Careful, Pimento. Careful. Don't break your legs. We ain't taking you to the glue factory. Got a long way to go with you yet, buddy. Now, is this an abandoned village? Or is this a regular? No, they got an iron golem. It's not abandoned. They do have a horse in a pen. Is it a Pimento horse? It is the Pimento horse. Pimento, I found your twin. He lives out here. In the frozen tundra. Oh, baby villager. Scar Kitty. Jelly Kitty. I mean, aside from that, I really don't have much time for any other games as it is, so I probably got no business talking about Hytale the way I do. But I just wanted to chime in, give you guys my thoughts on the situation. And perhaps you agree with me, perhaps you don't. It is absolutely fine. You don't need... Oh, there's another village here. That's 2 villages. This world is covered in villages. Why is this seed so villager crazy? What did I enter? Well, what did the game enter? I didn't enter anything. It's just what I was randomly given. It's just like, I keep running into villages like all the freaking time. Okay, I know where we are. That is a polar bear with a child. We do not want to be next to that polar bear with a child, because he will ruin my day. You know that polar bear child is going to be an orphan, or we're going to get our ass kicked and we're going to have to play the grave game, so we're not doing that. I mean, he's got to catch us first. I'm on a horse. But still. Oh, rabbit. That's an old rabbit. Enjoy that rabbit while you see it, because it's going to change. I didn't know we had rabbits out here. That was actually a well-needed change. That rabbit looks absolutely pathetic. Look at that thing. Gross. How's this village holding up, by the way? Are we still alive in here, or are you guys all zombies yet? Nope, I see some activity. We're okay. I'm gonna do some things with this village pretty soon here. This thing is definitely on the agenda. It needs some rerouting, some changes, because it's got holes everywhere. And it's right above the Craters National Park. And that needs to be adjusted. So we're going to work on that at some point in the future. Not today. Not today. In fact, it's probably not even going to be the next episode after this. I got a kind of a schedule in mind. It doesn't involve that. But it's coming soon. So, please enjoy. Please look forward to it. And now that I have mangrove wood, the only thing I would need left, actually there's only one more kind of wood that I need. One more type of wood, in fact. The blue warped stem wood from the nether. We're going to be doing some nether stuff here pretty soon too. Now that we have access to it, I got some plans for the actual main hub on the nether side. And this is kind of rare, writing pimento up like this. I don't think I've ever done this before. I don't think that was in place yet. Oh, wow. Now that Voxy loaded in, I can actually see that mountain range. That's pretty cool. You can kind of see the massive peak right there. That's cool. That's cool. It's a little bit off in the distance. I probably need to load out this way still. I wonder if I turn off the game when I log out and log back in again, will I still see all this mountain range out here? I kind of like the way the clouds sort of like break from the horizon like that. It makes it look like it's taller than it actually is. I don't think it goes above the cloud level, but it's like it gives that sort of misty, sort of off in the distance feel. That's cool. That is cool. Or here's an idea. Instead of building, do I want to go out to the east just to see what's out there? Do we want to build, or do we want to work on just traveling about? Do I have anything else I want to talk to you guys about? I do actually have something else I want to talk to you guys about. And that is the whole point of these episodes. I'm going to leave pimento here if I do that, because going that direction, I know there's ocean. And I know pimento does not like the ocean. And the cow his cow friend over here also does not like the ocean. How cool would it be? Okay, here's an idea. Here's an idea, Mojang. Or should I call you Mojang, like everybody else does in the West? Why don't you let us put a saddle on the rest of the animals? Like a sheep. You already can do that with the pig. You can't really control the pig, but what if you could control the pig? What if instead of using a horse and speed of the horse, you can ride a sheep, or a pig, or a cow? I mean, you couldn't ride a chicken, right? Like, that'd be impossible. Or would it be impossible? Maybe you can grow a giant chicken, and you can ride that chicken. I mean, might as well, right? What's the harm in it? Why can't I ride a sheep? Or a pig? I'd actually like to ride a cow. That'd be pretty fun. I know you can't really do that in real life. Well, I mean, you can, okay? Anything's possible if you try hard enough, right? But it's probably not recommended. Let me go ahead and drop off all this nonsense, and we will... Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll go out this direction, just for the fun of it. I want to talk to you guys about some more things that I've discovered. Apple, can have the egg, I guess. Propagules. I need to put this here. No. It goes with saplings. I got some builds coming up that are going to require a lot of different wood colors, and red wood is definitely one of the ones that I definitely want. So these are very valuable. I mean, technically they are. I mean, I can just go back to that mangrove swamp and just level it, And I'll probably have more than enough redwood for days, but as I've said before, I kind of want to avoid messing up this world too much. I don't want to just, like, level forest just for the sake of it. I want to keep it pristine and beautiful. I don't really need a crafting bench, and I don't really need these sticks. I don't really need the lead either, for that matter. Wondrous vistas. Wondrous vistas. You can see so far. I like it. I like it. Voxy is a very cool mod, and I recommend that you have it. It probably would be a lot better if I wasn't running my shader pack. You know, for the sake of argument, I'm going to turn that off just really quick, just to see how it looks without it. Where is my thingy? I mean, the game runs a lot smoother without it running, to be honest, but... yeah, look at that. I just like having the shaders on, guys. I just like having the shaders on. I mean, this place looks entirely crappy without it on. I'm planning on doing some stuff down the line where I'm going to turn off my shader and work on texturing up all this stuff in here so it's not just like early game bullshit. But for right now, yeah. All right, shaders can turn back on now. Hup! To the east we go. I don't know what we're going to find out this direction either, but since we're probably not really going to go out with pimento or anything like that in the foreseeable future, we might as well do it now, right? We might find some more amazing structures out there. Some interesting landmarks, some stuff to add to the national parks, etc. I'm going to talk about the national parks while I'm at it because some of you guys might be new and you might be going like, what the heck are you talking about with this national parks business, Dan? So what I've decided to do, I've done this in other worlds before, and it's something really kind of neat that I like doing. If there is natural terrain in the world somewhere, I kind of treat it like Yosemite or Yellowstone National Park, and I want to make them into little tourist attractions, like natural, amazing terrain that looks cool. And then we're going to have a road going out to it. We're going to have like gift shops and like, you know, little silly touristy trappy sort of things. I already got a couple kind of included in the system in my mind. At least I have 3 of them. There's one over there by the savannah from way back in the day. There's the Craters National Park, which is right here in Central City. There's that peak we just found. And there is the Utah-looking monument that we found. It kind of looks like, what's the city in Minecraft movie Minecraft thing called? Newport? Midport. Was it Midport? Hello? Oh. Hello, sir. No follow. No follow. I think it was Midport. But it kind of reminds me of that, except it's not as big. Let's enjoy some steak. We shall continue this direction. Is that a desert that I see? No, it's a stony beach. Oh, creeper. A little slow there, buddy. You didn't get me this time. So the other thing that I wish to discuss with you guys is the SMP situation, the SMP story. This is a pretty impressive canyon. I see something down there. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to find out either. turns out I figured out where a lot of them are kind of hiding, question mark. They're mostly on Blue Sky, at least the ones that I've been able to find anyway. And for the most part, they're pretty much kind of as I was expecting. I've been keeping tabs on them and seeing which ones look good and which ones don't look good. And I found at least one that I would potentially be interested in joining. Potentially. I have a few concerns about it, but it seems to be on the up and up. It's existed for a very long time, which is kind of surprising, but at the same time, it's also kind of, I'm not going to say concerning, but it's like, if it's been running that long and they haven't really progressed at all, it's kind of like, are they stagnant? Cherry Grove out there. Cherry Grove. Grove of the Cherries. I sleep now. Good night. I have that B-double-O curse where my mouth will always mess up what I want to say. I assume this will go away with practice, but it's just so annoying, man. I wish it didn't do that. I wish I had the ability to speak better. But yeah, as far as the SMP stuff goes, like for me, I've said this before, it's mostly going to be a business decision. The Teen Titans are here to save the day. If as far as if I join anybody or not, as it stands right now, the Forever World stuff kind of takes up the majority of my time. I don't have a lot of time to play right now in general. Hoping that will change in the future. I'm hoping I can actually squeeze this in on weekdays. I'm sorry, weekdays. I'm only really able to sit down and do this on weekends, so it's kind of complicated for me to actually make progress. I'm trying my best. Believe me when I say I'm trying my best, but life situations kind of make it a little bit difficult for me to perform the way I wish to. Like, there's only so many hours in the day, and this is not, I'm not even getting paid to do this. This is just a passion project at the best. And I wouldn't mind it being a little bit more than that. We're working on it. I would say that my job right now is, I wouldn't say it's not fulfilling, but it's definitely not something that I would consider doing, like, for the rest of my life sort of situation. I pretty much can say, I think everyone would probably say the same thing as far as what their job is, unless they're doing something very amazing and cool. Like, I don't know, flying rocket ships or something. I don't know, maybe astronauts don't want to be astronauts. I don't know. I assume you would because you went through all that training. Why would you turn around and say, I actually don't want to be an astronaut. I don't want to go to space. That's scary stuff up there, man. I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't judge. But, you know, I'm more artistically inclined. I'm more creatively endowed. So, I mean, for me, doing something like YouTube or, you know, art-related things, all that, like, that is really where I belong, but there's no money in that. Nobody wants to pay an artist anymore. But as long as this platform exists, as long as I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and for the most part I am, I'd say, then why not? You know, if I got the free time to try, there's no business not trying, because you never know. Like, if you miss every shot you don't take, right? Right. I was talking about S&Ps before this, wasn't I? And I kind of got derailed. Was that the case? Goldfish brain, just beep. At least I know where to go looking if I was ever so inclined to join one. We shall see. We shall see. If the time comes and I feel suitably prepared for such things, then I will definitely consider it. But the time has not yet come for such things, I believe. I believe we still have a lot of work to do in this Forever World, and that is mostly where I am kind of focusing my efforts. There is a point in time where I could see myself not spending as much time in this world doing things, but that is years and years away. I found a desert out here, and I found another mesa. This is good news. Is it as cool as the other one, though? Ooh. Well, there's a buried ruin portal here. I've never seen that. That's pretty crazy. I guess if I need sand, this is the place to go. Unless I want to keep this place looking kind of pristine and beautiful. There is a caveat to what I just said about ruining the forests and whatnot. And that would be if it's a really janky looking desert like this is. I do need to get a lot of sand. It is something that I desperately need to do. And maybe we will do it here. Maybe this will be the sand place. Maybe this is where we'll get our sand from. It is not too far from us, I don't think. This is quite an impressive mesa out here, is it not? I'm gonna say yes. I like it. There's a village right there too, that's pretty cool. This one is kind of making me think that the other one we found last time isn't as good. Because this is like, when you think of like painted mesas and stuff, this is the vision that you have of that, is it not? Maybe we keep this one and we ruin the other one. I don't know. But this is pretty impressive. I like this. This is good. I better sleep. Is that another village right there? It doesn't look like a natural sand structure. It looks like a tower of some kind. You can see like the pointy parts and the door, the window even. Is that another village? So there's a village right there. Village right there. You can see it. Waggling my hand at it. Right there. Village, right? Oh, spin. Another village right there. And I think there's a village on this bluff right here if we turn around. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's like a desert well. Why is there so many freaking villages in this world? What did I do to deserve so many villages? I have no idea. I can probably do something with these villages right here. There's some kind of interesting little, like, city right here along this coast. Like, this is kind of neat, the way it's kind of bends around over here. We can have, like, a little outpost over there. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Build ideas. Build ideas. That's another reason that you would want to explore your world some. I honestly have so many ideas stored away in my brain for this world that I am not going to run out of things to do anytime soon. But I kind of like this village. It's kind of a neat village out here. They got a camel too. Not that those are rare anymore, but they do have a camel. Look, this guy kind of nestled in back here. Nestled into his little house. Oh, that's dangerous back there, buddy. Don't get lost. This is a pretty impressive mesa. I'm actually impressed with this. Wow. Wowee. Look at that. I'm getting ideas here, guys. I'm getting ideas. Ooh, I heard the new ambient sounds, the whistling bushes. It's very subtle, but I heard it. Got a spider spawner down here, right out in the open. This obviously is a mine shaft somewhere down here. Ooh, more background noise to test. Elgato Wave, did you pick that up? Urban living, that's what we do here at Galsimus MC. They ruin my videos. I like how this one's being held up by those posts. That's pretty neat. I'm still waiting to find one of those giant mountains. I have not seen any of those yet. I mean, oh my gosh, look at that. I imagine at some point everything starts looking more or less the same, and then you start becoming like less and less impressed by it, but that's pretty cool. I like that. This is an interesting area. I think I'm gonna have to make a note of this place and consider building out here in the future. There's definitely a possibility out here. Paint Spill Mountain. That's what we're gonna call that. Paint Spill Mountain. So if I was to build something out here, I would have like a little city thing kind of nestled between all those like pillars or whatever you call those things. It would come out along one of the sides, circle around, come out into here, and maybe this would be another like little outpost, and then you'd have the view of Paint Spill Mountain. Maybe this will be another national park. It could be. It could very well be. I'll make a note of it, and we'll consider it for a future reference. Yeah, there's just so much desert out here and so much sand. I think this is probably where I will go to get a majority of my glass from. There's just so much out here, and it's pretty convenient. Like, it's a couple of days' travel. But it's a lot closer than the other one, I would think. Maybe it's about the same distance. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Is salmon able to be found in the desert? I don't think so. When I think of salmon, I think of like Alaska, and I think of like a spruce forest. You know, somewhere where like a grizzly bear will be grabbing it out of the stream. Like hump, like that. I don't think of them with like sand dunes and I don't know, Egyptian. Would this be considered Egyptian? I don't know. The Sahara salmon. We found the legendary Sahara salmon. That is what we have found. First ever to discover it. Mark it down in your zoology book. We have discovered the Sahara salmon. There it goes right there. The legendary, majestic Sahara salmon. Look at that. Look at it go. Look at it swim so majestically through the water. So, I have noticed that since the algorithm changed relatively recently, that my channel has been a little bit more on the slower side. It's unfortunate to see, but I assume it's something I'm going to have to get used to because YouTube always is shifting its priorities, and that means that things change on a whim. I suppose if I'm going to be doing this for the long haul, it's something I need to get used to, but it is still something kind of unfortunate to see. All that being said, I'm actually very, very, very close to reaching my first milestone, believe it or not. Pretty soon, I'm going to have the ability to make channel membership, and I don't really have any plans on how I want to market that. There is car alarms going off in the background. Elgato Wave 3, are you picking that up? Ooh, we're going to see. One of the things that kind of drives me crazy about channel membership, there's the Yogscast. I like watching the Yogscast, and I like watching Blood on the Clock Tower. I think it's a very cool game that they play, and I enjoy watching the demon perspective. I always root for the demons. What is going on in this village? Ooh, blacksmith. Blacksmith here in the desert. Let's see what they got. Grindstone. Iron and horse armor and an iron pick. And some gold. I'll let them keep it. I'm not feeling like a thief today. But yeah, one thing that kind of drives me crazy about Blood on the Clock Tower on Yogscast is a lot of the episodes are behind membership. It's because it's basically one of their lots of people like watching it. And it drives me crazy that it's behind membership. I don't want to do that to you guys. But if I was to do channel membership from this thing, I don't know how to make it worthwhile for you guys. It could just be like a donation thing, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make it an option, but it's not needed. Like, I'm not gonna force you guys to be a channel member just to enjoy the Forever World episodes, because that's not what we do here. I want it to have wide-reaching reach for all to see. Everyone across the vistas can enjoy the Minecraft Forever World that I do. That is the goal. You can see me jumping up there on the shadow. Whee! It's still kind of cool to see, I'm not going to lie. Like, I never really thought I would actually unlock that. That rabbit wanted to come up and say hi and immediately got scared. Silly wabbit. But ideally, I would rather just have the ability to monetize ad roll like normal. It's kind of like we'll throw you a bone as a creator, as a content creator, vomit. And good luck to you. I don't even know if it's really worthwhile because, like, I guess YouTube takes a cut of every membership donation or something like that. The only reason I would do it is because I'm too lazy to set up a Patreon. Maybe in time I'll do a Patreon. I don't really know. I'm still kind of uncertain how I want to go forward with a lot of aspects of this channel. I'm mostly focusing on making videos happen, because to me that is the most important thing if you're making a YouTube channel, is you bring the goods, the people watch the goods, which is the video in this case, and you go about your day, and you have a good laugh with your friends and your followers and whatever else. That is kind of what I want to keep it simple, right? Now, I could do something where I have like a donation shrine or something like that, and I thought about it. But I don't want it to become something just so monumentally hard to keep under control or keep up to date with. I've seen Dallas Med 65, one of the guys that I based this whole thing off, kind of inspired me in a way. He does this thing where he has like donos, and he does like, you know, shout outs, and he puts like named villagers into his world of his Patreons or his donators or whatever. I could do something similar. For me personally, I think I would be hesitant to do that sort of stuff. It's mostly because I feel like it would get out of hand really quick, and I'd have a backlog of villagers or whatever that I need to put out, and people will be expecting, oh, where's my villager? Why isn't it in the world yet? Blah, blah, blah. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that weight. I just want to make a video. I just want to goof around and make a build and that kind of thing. But if I was to do such things, I got two pillager outposts right next to each other. How curious. I could see myself, and this is not, I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but if I was to do this, if I was to do the whole members get a blah, 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 I could make a wing inside the World Core Temple with all the members on it. But I'd be more inclined to just have your name in the credits at the end of the video, because I don't really have anything on the end card. It's just bloom, and then it's over. So I can like do a little blurb at the end and have like your name in the credits. Maybe we can do that? I don't know. We've come to a beach. I will let this day go through, and if there's nothing interesting happening, then perhaps we will end it there, because I think I've done enough work for today. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say, more or less. So we're kind of just going until we can find a pale oak garden of pale oak out in this direction. I don't think we're going to find it. I'd be amazed if we do. We need to go to colder climes, I think. Is that another mushroom biome? It looks like another mushroom biome. Mushroom fields, whatever you call it. Mushroom Island. Yep, another mushroom island. Have we really gone that far? It's only 1,000. 1,000 blocks in the negative. 6,000 in the XY, whatever. I guess it would make sense. Let's take a look at this mushroom island and see what we can find here. Besides mushroom cows, maybe it's a big one. You know what? No, never mind. We'll just go around it. I don't want to get off and waste time on that. We've already seen this. Unless there's something really, really interesting on this mushroom island. I don't care. We've already seen the giant one, so we're okay. Yeah, basically when it comes to my channel in particular, I want to make it as free to you guys as possible. I feel like in the long run, it's better than trying to milk you guys for all you're worth. Like, I don't want to... I feel weird about that sort of stuff. Like, I'd rather just make a video and you guys watch it. That's mostly what I'd prefer to have. Maybe down the line I'll make merch. You know, this is kind of like way in advance. You know, we don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. Like, why are we even talking about this? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's a guardian temple. Let's get around that. I think down the line I'm gonna have to start turning these chats into like a build along, because there's really not much else in the overworld that I need to go out and find, unless I just feel like going somewhere or I want to build something. I'm pretty much at the point where there's not much of a reason to come out here anymore, unfortunately. Well, I take that back. When I go try to find a fortress, a stronghold, not the fortress, we're probably going to end up going on a trip. And I have ideas for the strongholds, actually. I've got tons of ideas, but I can't tell you yet because it's not yet time. You'll have to trust me on this. But it's going to make this world very large. File size-wise, it's going to make the world very large. It may not even get to that point. I may find something else, or we may... Who knows? You know, the state of the world is a really questionable thing. So I just live day by day. Maybe you guys should practice the same. I have a very zen approach about that whole stuff lately, and it's just like, I don't care anymore. I just cannot be bothered. I'd prefer not to get too deep in these episodes, but... You know, there's stuff going on. I'd be remiss not to mention that, and foolish. So I try to keep this place more or less, you know, I don't want to spur any kind of misgivings while watching these things. I'm going to take a look at this overhang. I'm curious about it. It seems kind of like it's giving me inspiration. Actually, this area right here is giving me inspiration already. Interesting. It's like a flooded cave down here or something. Very curious. Very, very curious. Okay. We'll climb this ridge here. I gotta keep looking. And then we will make our decision. Ooh. What is this? Is that one of those mountains with the calcite in it? Because I do need calcite. Now, if that is what I think it is, and it is one of those mountains with the calcite in it, that is very good. However, I would feel pretty bad about tearing it down to get at it, because I like to preserve the natural beauty, and I feel like I'm ruining the world if I come up there and start chiseling away at everything. That's one of the unfortunate things about Minecraft, is that it gives you so many beautiful things to look at, and then it's like, well, gotta tear it all down. Gotta ruin paradise. And I dislike it. I dislike doing such. But I do need the calcite, because the only other way you can get calcite is from geodes. And, geodes are pretty common, but they're not that common. And they only have so many calcite in them. I think it's like maybe... I would wager probably a couple stacks, at least. Yeah, I think that's definitely calcite right there. Let's go investigate and see what we can do about it. We might be able to use this for a mining operation at some point in the future. Who knows what adventures await us in the future? That much is certain. What is that? It just looks like an underwater monolith. Like off the coast of Japan, there's those staircase things where they're like, "What is this? This is an ancient city." It was like, "Shh.
We found Atlantis, I say.
Oh, actually, look at that. Right here, it's like... it almost looks like a structure of some kind that was here. Ancient peoples were in this area. They were flooded out by the great flooding. Yeah, I would say this is probably one of those really large mountains that I had yet to find in this world, and now we just found one, because this is going up pretty stinking high. How high does this mountain go, I want to know? We're going to find out. We'll climb this peak, this mighty peak. I like this area too. This is interesting out here. This definitely has potential for future shenanigans, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, that's definitely calcite, and that's definitely a big mountain. Like, how could you ruin this? You got this nice stripe of coolness coming through here. How would I do such things? How could I do such things? Oh, there's a whole bunch right there too. Yep, I would say we might have found ourselves a giant mountain. I could probably put something right here in this crater. The top of this mountain, I could put like a house or something. Turn it into some kind of like temple to the gods or something. I don't know. Because it's in a jungle, right? And when you think of jungles, you usually think of like, temples, like Aztec or Mayan or something like that. Something along the lines of that. Put a giant head up here. Giant villager head or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think this is probably where we're going to cut things off for right now, because I think we've scoured this world enough for sights untold. We did not find our pale oak, but that's okay. We've got plenty of pale oak back at the southern direction, so we can probably check that out later if we happen to go in that direction. I do want to check out what my shader pack has to share with me for that. But unfortunately, it did not give up the goods today. What a shame. We did get mangrove wood. That has been a long time goal of ours, and now we have it. So we can build all kinds of fun things with that, and I've got more than one build in mind. There is emerald ore right there. I'm going to leave that there for now. But yeah, I might be building something out here in the future. There's definitely a lot of things out here for me to work with. The calcite, I'm probably just going to dig out from the back and just hollow out, from this side maybe, if I'm going to do that. It's tempting. I need it. I need calcite for future builds, I can tell you that. It's going to involve the world core. I'm going to need a lot more calcite for that. I can't just use straight diorite, right? Are you crazy? You crazy? It'd be cool if they made calcite into like a polished version or something like that. They need to add marble. When are they going to add marble to this game? Come on now. How long has it been out and they still haven't added the most common known most common known rock stone piece that you'd make statues and columns out of, and they still don't have it? Is it supposed to be calcite? Because you can't make any columns out of that. That's just that. You don't have any polished versions. When are you going to give us polished versions, Minecraft? When are you going to give us polished versions? You're not going to. Gotta sleep. Sleepy time comes. We're sleeping here at the end of the episode, at the closeout. How about that? Can you believe such things? Next episode, what are we doing? Well, there's some work at Central City that needs to be done, or the start of Central City. Perhaps we're going to lay down the foundation for the cathedral. Maybe we'll do something with that village. Probably not doing anything with that village, but that village needs to get work done on it, for sure. Probably one of those two. Probably something back over at Central City. We're not going to shift focus on anything else anytime soon, I can tell you that. We got to get Central City formed. It's the one thing I have in my mind that I know for certain what I want to do and how I want to do it, and it's going to be glorious. So stay tuned for that. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe. I'm usually a little bit more on task than this. This episode is a bit of an outlier. That's not to say we didn't accomplish anything, but we did do a lot of walking and a lot of talking and a lot of scenic exploration. Next episode, we're back to task. So I will see you guys in the following episode. Whenever that shall be, we'll meet again. Hopefully no more audio problems. Hopefully Elgato 3 pulled in for us. Blue Yeti, you may be out of a job soon, buddy. You probably already are out of a job. Don't get a Blue Yeti, friends. Elgato 3 might be the way. I'll see you guys in the next one. So for now, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye-bye for now.